Jordan Morrow 198517. So 9 weeks ago we filled out a skills audit, and one of the first questions was, I can motivate myself to work independently. I said kind of for this, and put I am able to be given a task and complete it on my own successfully in the time given. I'd say that I agree with this now, because in Farm of Terror, when we did the show, I was able to go off on my own and create a scene easily. The second question was, I work well as part of a team. I put kind of for this because when we were rehearsing for the open day, I was struggling to come up with ideas and work as a team in my group for the conjuring scene. My comment for this was, I love to work within a team but need to work on letting others take charge, which this was kind of a thing which I've worked on quite a lot over the past 9 weeks, as I'm able to let others take charge in group conversations. I'm happy to take the lead in group projects. I put agree for this, and I love being in charge and devising performances/scenes within lessons. Over the past 9 weeks, I'd say I'm still like this. I always like taking charge if I can, but I think I've managed to step back if others want to do it now. I'm happy to experiment with ideas and suggestions. I put agree, and the comment I put was, I think that without people giving ideas when devising a piece, it isn't as good as it would be with everyone's ideas. I wouldn't say I took other people's ideas, because I was more, I have an idea, let's do this at the start of the year. Whereas now I'm able to take other people's ideas and work with them to see what we can get from it, and it gives a performance an overall better look. Next was, I can select and reject appropriate material for a performance. 9 weeks ago I said agree with this, and because I am quite good with devising performance and I reject material. I'd say that now I'm quite good at selecting and rejecting from 9 weeks ago, because we've worked on a lot with Farm of Terror, and a lot of it was more select and reject. The first night we had one scene, and that ended up having to be changed for the next night because it didn't work. So it's always about working and seeing what works and what doesn't. Next, I can critically evaluate my work. I put agree and said I'm very critical with my work and I always like to be performing with everyone. I'd say from 9 weeks ago I'm able to take feedback a lot better off others, and I can look at my work and know when something needs improving or not, whereas I don't think I would have been able to be that critical on myself 9 weeks ago. I can apply feedback effectively. I put kind of, and the comment was, I can apply feedback quite well, but I do struggle with taking feedback from others and applying it successfully. So now I'm able to apply the feedback from others, but I also, when I'm applying the feedback, I also tend to go and ask the person who gave me the feedback and think of what they personally think I could do to make it better and get a better opinion of them. Next, I can learn a script in time for a performance. I put agree, and I can learn scripts rather fast and enjoy using them in lessons. We haven't really used a script over the past few units, but I can learn a script, and we did do monologues with Pav, which I managed to learn half of it within a day. So, the next one was, I can project my voice appropriately for the performance space. I said to disagree for this one because I needed to work on how I project my voice during performances and rehearsal times, as my voice is quiet and I struggle projecting it effectively. I'd say that from 9 weeks ago I would move myself up to agree on this one, because I've had a lot of help from my classmates in projecting, because I don't really project very well, but it has got a lot better from the start of the year. I can build a character effectively. I put kind of for this one, and the comment was, I tend to ask others about how they think a character should be portrayed, and I need to improve and trying to do a lot of this myself. I feel like from 9 weeks ago I can do it on my own. At the start of the year, when I was developing on a character, I used to ask all my friends a lot, like, how do you think this would be portrayed? How do you think you would do anything with a character? How do you think it'd move? And I can do this on my own now. And I've managed to, like, I don't have to ask other people, but I tend to do so anyway still, because it's good to have more than one person's opinions on something. I can use accents that are appropriate for character work, so I put disagree for this one, and the comment was, accents are my weak point, but I hope to attend workshops throughout the year to improve this. I think it was like in the 3rd week or 4th week, we did an American accent with Laurie May, and this helped me a lot with my projection, going back to that one, because accents aren't really my strong point, but I think from doing the workshop from back 9 weeks ago to now, I think I can definitely add an accent if I need to, and I can do it successfully. Moving on, I can communicate intentions to an audience. I love communication with the audience, but still, due to my projection, I struggle a tiny bit with them hearing me. So here I put kind of, and I think I wasn't, with my projection being quite quiet, yeah, I've always struggled to communicate with an audience, but since 9 weeks ago, I'd say that I'm still on the kind of. I wouldn't say I'd be agreeing with that yet, because every now and then my projection is quite quiet and the audience can never hear me. But I have done a few workshops with like Farmer Terror and Mike, and they've helped me to communicate with the audience since being part of that. The next one would be, I can stage an acting performance appropriately. I put agree for this one, and the comment was, I really enjoy staging and directing and managed to do it successfully in college. I'd say I put agree for this, but I'd say I've always struggled with like acting appropriately, like when someone says like straight acting, to do that. But I feel like if I was to do a few workshops on that, I'd benefit a lot more. But I'd probably say that I disagree with this one now, because yeah, I don't think I probably like not meant to do that. But anyway, the next one is, I understand how to see comedic timing effectively. I put disagree with this, and the comment was, this is also another one of my weak points, and I struggle with comedy and acting. Although again, I would like to do some workshops that involve this to improve my work. Comedic acting isn't really something that I would do, and it isn't really my strong point. So I've not really improved on this over the 9 weeks, but I would like to do a workshop to improve this over the next course of the year. The next one was I understand how to structure a script, and I put kind of. I like to do this also, I do struggle a tiny bit. I normally struggle with scripts when there's quite a lot to learn, or like one straight paragraph, because I always like pick one word out and remember that one word, but then forget what's after the one word, or I know the beginning of the script and not the end of the script, because I've gone through the beginning more than the end. But so when we did the monologues with Parvez, I learnt the monologue sort of backwards and in like sections, which helped a lot more, and you found that the whole monologue, like I learnt it perfectly, which was a lot better. Next is, I am confident in script writing, and my comment was, writing is definitely one of my strong points, but I need to work on my spelling. For this, I put agree, but we haven't really done much script writing since starting the year, so I would possibly say that I disagree with this now. And I think that I could do with some workshops, or ask a teacher to help me with this when we get to director's pieces. Next, I am confident in devising performance work. For this, I put kind of, and the comment was, I just need to work on how I perform with others doing this. I'm confident in like creating a scene and everything and then performing it, but I think I need to work on my acting skills when doing this, because my acting's normally quite weak and not as strong as it would be if I would have rehearsed. I am confident in directing scripted work. For For this I put I disagree, and I've never really done this since starting, and from now I've not really directed scripted work that I've wrote myself. Obviously I've directed scripted work which other people have done, which was the Cinderella script which we got even right at the start of the year off PAV, which I directed quite well. Next, I can create work that is appropriate for a range of audiences. For this I put disagree because I've not really created any work and performed it in front of an audience just yet, but I hope to do so over the next term. Next, I can effectively warm up my vocal cords. For this I put kind of, and the comment was I've been working on this recently and I've been given a number of activities that I can do. Laurie May has been going through a lot of this with us at the start of the year, so mainly, and I can now do certain vocal warm-ups like A-E-I-O-U, or the moving around the mouth with the tongue, which has helped me quite a lot with my singing and stuff. Next, I understand what my vocal range is. For this, I put I disagree, because at the start of the year I didn't really know what any of that meant. Obviously I did singing last year, but we didn't really go into detail about warm-ups and everything, which I wish I would have. And for now I'd put I kind of agree with this, because Laurie's gone through a lot of it with us and it's got a lot better. Next, I can confidently harmonise within group numbers. I put kind of, but I wouldn't say we've improved on this throughout the 9 weeks really, because we've not done much singing, but we hopefully will be doing it during Panto, so I'll be able to improve on it then. I'm confident in singing solo. For this I put disagree, and I've never really done it, and I haven't really sang solo since starting the year off, but hopefully we'll get given an opportunity to do it later on. Next, I'm confident in singing within an ensemble. For this I put kind of, because we did go into this last year at Panto when we were all singing together, but over the course of the 9 weeks this year I wouldn't really say that we've done much singing again. Next, I can use my voice to create an atmospheric effect. I put disagree because I didn't know what it meant, and I still don't really know what this means now, but hopefully we will be taught when we go into more of a singing unit. After this, I can effectively warm up my body and understand the importance in doing this. For this I put agree because I've been doing warm-ups for a long time now, and it's kind of come natural to me to warm my body up successfully. So yeah, that probably hasn't improved, but my confidence in doing these, like doing warm-ups for other people, has improved because I've done quite a lot for the other levels. Next, I'm confident in leading a physical warm-up. I put strongly agree because I do this on a weekly basis at dancing. Next, I can follow choreography instructions correctly. For this I put agree because I can pick up choreography quite easily, although I do struggle with the speed of a dance. But since the course of the 9 weeks, I'm not struggling with the speed as much. Like, I'm managing to slow down and be in time with the dance, which that was the Sia dance, and there's another dance which we've been doing as well by Pools. I'm confident in dancing solo. For this I put kind of, because I did a bit last year, but I've not really done much over the past year or so dancing on my own. But I would say now, over the course of the 9 weeks, I am quite confident in my dancing a lot more now, with dancing with my class and improving. So I probably would like to do a bit of that this year. I'm confident in dancing as a group. For this I put kind of, and the comment was I am, but I have not done it much, and I do struggle with my timing with others, but I'm working on it. Over the course of the 9 weeks, we have been doing a lot of dancing and dancing with groups as well. Like, at the moment we're working on the white ribbon, but I've not done it much. Like, I have done it a lot more recently, so that's a bonus with it. I can choreograph a dance. For this I put agree, which I'm kind of confused why I put that, because I can choreograph a dance but not feeling confident with my work enough to show it to an audience, but I'd like to work on that a lot more again. I can interpret the themes and meanings of a dance. For this I put agree, and the comment was, this is something that I've done often and I love watching pieces of dancing and guessing what they are about. We did watch a performance, and it was a doll and puppet performance at the UCAS thing that we went to in Manchester, and I did struggle to interpret the theme and the meaning of the dance at first, but I've kind of got a lot better as I've been watching other people dancing, and Daniela's also been helping me a little bit. I've just been watching how you kind of have to watch the story of the dance, but yeah. I can plan lighting for a performance. For this I put disagree, because I've not done much of this and I don't know what anything means. I think it was a few weeks back, the level 2s were doing the monologues, and me and Josiah were up on the lights, and I did get taught how to use the lights, so I'd probably move that to kind of, because I don't know how to work the main lights yet in here. I can plan sound for a performance. I put disagree, and I put, for the comment, I've not done this before, and I still haven't done that, which I really want to know how to do that, so I can work on that in a few weeks' time. Next, I can identify risks involved with putting on a performance. For this, I put disagree. I hadn't really thought about the risks that can be put, that can happen within a performance before this, but since doing Farm Terror and being part of the rehearsal process for Murder in the Old Library, I'd definitely say that I can identify the risks. Like, for example, in Farm of Terror, the door that I used, it come off its hinge at the bottom, and that was a huge risk, which I kind of had to shut it and lock it so that no one would go through it or get hurt. Next was, I can fill out a risk assessment correctly. I put disagree because I'd never really done a risk assessment properly before, but it was part of our unit for Farm of Terror, which we did a few weeks back, and I got shown how to fill out a risk assessment, and they're actually quite easy to do, but you kind of have to look everywhere. Something as little as a wire on the floor and someone tripping is a huge risk assessment. I understand how to rig lights for different performances. For this I put disagree because I've never gone through this, but I'd like to, and we still haven't really gone through this because we've not really had a show in the theatre this year as of yet, because the Murder in the Old Library was done in a conference room as the theatre was being used on that night. Next, I understand the technical possibilities in supporting a performance. I don't know what that means, and I put disagree, and I still really don't know what that means, but I hope to be taught what that is before director's pieces, hopefully in Panto, because we'll actually be using the theatre then. I can design a stage makeup look. I put disagree, I've never really been shown. I still haven't been shown how to do this, but I hope to be shown for Panto. I can confidently prepare for a face for the application stage of makeup. I put disagree because we've never really done that in performing arts, but I know we have got a unit coming up in a few weeks' time on makeup, so hopefully I will be able to move that up to agree in a few weeks' time. I can confidently apply and remove stage makeup following a brief. Again, I haven't really done the makeup unit, so I can't really move that up from disagree, but hopefully I will be able to do in a few weeks.